Okay. Welcome back to Eden Zero Anime Review episode number 10. This will be the 10th episode of the anime, The Great Naked Escape. Though the title comes from one of the chapters they adapt for this episode, chapter 22. But the episode adapts from 24 to 23. And it doesn't skip anything. It does change some wordings here and there, but keeps a lot of this stuff in. Episode picks up where we left off last week. We have Shiki, Whis, and Homura confronting Sister. Oh yeah, Pino's there too. And basically goes, well, because all he wanted to do was rescue Rebecca. He doesn't necessarily want a client, so he sends her soldiers after him. He basically destroys a lot of them. Apparently, Sister does not stay long enough to see him basically decimate a lot of her soldiers. And then Homura's like, I'll handle this. Go after her. He's like, okay. Oh yeah, and he also says, after this is done, we're having our match. He's like, yeah, don't die. So we see him, he teaches a ride with Sister on her hovercraft. In the case of Homura, she proceeds to take out all of the soldiers pretty easily. And then Whis comes in, basically decides to shoot the last guy who was going to basically shoot her in the back. And then he decides to point a gun at her, saying, oh yeah, you have a hidden agenda. And she's like, I'm only here to fight Demon King. And then before they continue, something that's connected to something a little bit when it comes to where Shiki comes to this particular scene. So, they pretty much have, well, Rogue out, have a disagreement with Elicta's group over getting paid. Because there were one girl short, they won't pay. And according to Rogue out, well, like he's having fun with his purchases. Well, here's the thing. He has not purchased them yet, so technically they're not his. So, of course, also, Elicta, now, the girls basically, who are all completely naked, do actually escape from this room. Now, apparently the thing dissolves not only their clothes, but also their accessories as well, including her camera. And, of course, some glass. Like, well, I don't wear glasses. I don't have like a glass pendant on. So, also this woman who apparently think, oh yeah, this woman is known for her dangerous stunts. Turns out they're all staged, all scripted, all fake. So yeah, her success is based upon reality stuff, like scripted shows, almost like wrestling. So they decided to use the soap they use to dissolve their clothing and their accessories to get out of this room. And luckily enough, this soap stuff is basically decent enough to cover up their breast, their groin, and their rear ends. Kind of smart to do that. And in case you're wondering, where did you see any nudity in the manga at this point? No, there's none. Absolutely none. Hiro Mashima, as far as I can tell, has never really technically gone to the full nudity route. They make sure rear end here and there, but you don't see like full frontal nudity. That's never been shown in his manga. I don't think he has any desire to do that at all. I mean, I've read 3 of his series. I've read Rape Master, Fairy Tail, and Eden Zero. In all 3 series, there is no full frontal nudity. You may see some rear ends here and there, but full frontal nudity, no. You'll never see that at all. Because even Hiro Mashima basically is a pretty decent person when it comes to that. So, they use the soap to basically mold the clothes, melt the glass, and Rika climbs out and climbs the air vent, and just by sheer coincidence, the first place she goes in the air vent is the pantry. Then she's confronted by Elicta, who uses he's basically a frog alien, and basically numbs her legs, and he says, well, I'm not going to make you a piece of fur, my friend, I'll make you a toy. And well, he's about to basically put his hands on her, and then Shiki, of course, who's trying to break the building, basically kicks his way right through the floor and then proceeds to beat the crap out of him for quite a while. And Rebecca basically says, like, can you tell him to stop? He says, well, I would, but he won't do it. So basically use her EMP to stop him. And then, of course, the girls come in. I should point out, though, 2 of these girls were in outfits, basically, that were same outfits from Fairy Tail. Good Fairy Tail Easter egg here. Especially as 2 of the girls look very similar to Mara Jade and Lasana. Yeah, very similar. But I don't think these two related. It just basically just happened to have these two characters look exactly like these two. I don't know the name of these two characters, so there's that. So, and then of course he picks her up, because of course she can't move her legs. And then he attacks, of course they have the Space Ninja here too. And then he says, pass, here. And of course the girls run over with Pino. And the reason why? Because the Space Ninja is there, and they begin their fight. Meanwhile, though, on the Eden Zero spaceship, we have it where the witch is with Happy, who's finally woken up after being unconscious for like a couple episodes. And just, okay, you're not fully functioning. You're basically back up and running, but you're not fully functioning yet. And then, of course, also, before this, we have it where Himura and Whis basically discuss, they basically detect a high amount of ether. Oh yeah, and also there's the big chubby guy with the big button on that says "Do not push." He gets pretty much like shot to pieces by Whis. So, meanwhile, though, the episode ends with a very good cliffhanger. There's a high amount of ether basically coming through the Soccer Cosmos. And they're trying to take what it is, like, parent planet's like dying. And they realize that, oh crap, it's a... I want to make sure I got the name of this particular thing right. Good, I still have it here. It is a chrono flag. Yeah, you actually see it's very well. It looks very big in the anime. So we're gonna have to deal with this thing right after they basically have Shiki, well, try to escape from the planet itself. So apparently this thing is eating up life on these planets. Oh crap, that's gonna be something for them to escape from this particular place. Yep. But in case you're curious, like how many chapters will be adapted from this arc for the anime, there's exactly 5 left. We're thinking, really? 5? So there's a slight possibility this arc will be wrapped up in 2 episodes because there's technically only 5 chapters left. And then my guess is with the final episode, we might see the start of the Digitales arc. I'd say just the opening chapter. I'd probably say. I still think basically that they're going to get to, I'd say Sun Jewel. I think that's as far as they might go with it. It just depends. But here's the thing. This is only a 10th episode. They only confirmed the season to be 25 episodes. So there is basically 15 episodes left to air for this whole entire season. Yep, 15 left. So yeah, that's it for Cycler Review. Stay tuned for my Comic Corner, which will be next. And then pretty much after that, it will be Combatants Will Be Dispatched, My Hero Academia, One Piece, and then Boruto. Okay, next video. Bye.